So currently at the Sanat training ground at the moment, as you can probably see over my shoulder, SK are going through their tactics and getting ready for their game against Kercem at the weekend. We're going to be joined in a couple of moments by Brian, the coach, and we'll go through the injuries and how the squad is looking for this week's game against Kercem. Brian, thanks for joining us for our Game of the Week preview this week. Of course, it's you up against Kercem. Just before we go into that, just to touch quickly on last game. Very hard game, very well fought back at the last minute goal, of course. And I thought both teams probably deserved a point each out of that one.
Yes, I think if you consider everything, a draw was a fair result because we conceded with a silly mistake by one of our back four, and I was very afraid. I think I had told you that the team was tired before the game, and it was our third game in 11 days, and even in training I could see that they were mentally and physically minimum half the team was very tired. So being 1-0 down, conceding like that, I was pretty sure if we had get the draw, it was from a set ball situation and from a dead ball, and that's what happened. It was a dead ball, a good header by a central defender, not so good intervention by the goalkeeper, and we managed to get a point. It was vital for us. It was important result.
Absolutely.
But from what the game, I think I agree with what you said. A draw was a fair result.
Yep. Obviously, you're the focus at the moment. I mean, the top's gone. It doesn't seem to matter to anyone. All the attention seems to be on the bottom at the moment. And it's like from 4th to 5th, there's only 6 points separate you. But after saying that, and more importantly, from 5th to the bottom, it's only 3 points. Every single game now.
Yes, every single game will count.
Yeah.
So, in fact, that's what I told my boys. We had made in the second round, we had made a target and we reached it as regards points from the last 4 games, and we reached it. But now every game counts. You have to try to get points against everyone. As you said, it's very tight at the end of the league. Practically, it's 5 teams fighting to survive in first division. The last one will get relegated, and the other team will have a decider, which even if it's a big advantage in that game for the first division team, but you don't want to play it.
No, exactly.
Obviously, you don't want to play it. As I remember, teams from the second division winning and getting promoted, and the team from first division losing the decider and getting relegated. So no one would like to play that game. So we'll have to try.
So it's like, I mean. Any sort of win now, I mean, a win, not a draw, them 3 points, I mean, all of a sudden, you also can find yourself up in 5th. I know it's game to game and you can drop down again, but is it difficult, Coach, is it difficult, Brian, to go into each game under pressure? Because each game is a pressure game. It's like a cup final every game.
Yes, it is. Maybe here we have a bit of an advantage because practically we've been playing like this every game. For us, it's a final. We've been these last, I think, 3-4 seasons. So, because as I have told you previously, we're trying to build a new team, and having decided to play with a lot of young players, you have to be very patient and knowing that it will be a very difficult game. Every game we play, and so having played all these games, it's always like this. For us, it's normal. It's normal. Hopefully we can do it again. I believe we can do it. The players believe, and I hope that at the end of the season we'd have saved ourselves again.
You're very passionate about your club, Brian. You've been at it forever. I think I brought this up before. I see you most games just before the kick-off. You do get wound up. You do get into a certain what should I say, frame of mind. Do the players, do you think, sometimes feed off that? When they see you so passionate?
Listen. I've been playing in football 34 years, and all these 34 years I've been with the same club. So I feel it. It's my club. in the sense, not mine personally. It's my second family.
It's your heart.
It is my second family. I've known every player from where they were young. I have members of the committee. Majority of them were players under me, and they are members of the committee. Done, and they feel it too because they are all bar the 4 foreigners which everyone have, and 2 players. One from Muncha have been with us 3 years, and another player. They are all from the club, so they only know this club, and obviously they feel it in different ways. So sometimes who'll see me on the touchline, he'll think I'm a bit mad, but
yes, we do.
It's
I can assure you we do.
It's the love for this club.
Of course.
It's not one thing. It's not one thing
Passion.
to see it losing the game.
Yeah.
And I believe my players know this and allow a bit more than they should, I think.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. I'm just going to finish on a nice note. I actually have to read this because I've got to get this right. I've mentioned this to you before. You know, you've actually become quite famous in Ireland at the moment.
Okay.
we have some regular viewers, and one of them, Rory, just sent me a message. He knew it was the game of the week this week, and he just asked me. He asked me, "How was Brian before and after a game?" And I thought, well, I know what he's like before a game, and obviously it depends on how the game goes. And
yes.
I was, and so you've got to say a quick hello to Ireland and all your new fame.
I say hello to my supporters.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this club resembles a lot the Irish mentality, fighter, never say die attitude.
Actually got SK has actually got supporters now. And I think that's absolutely fantastic.
I think we are similar to the Irish. They are always sort of the underdog. They've been like that in the history, and they always fought it out.
Yeah.
And
Good
we
point.
are. I tell this place we are the underdog of this island. So because I think we punch above our weight, and that's down to raw passion for this club.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
There you go, Rory. I hope that was a good answer for you. Brian, listen, we wish you all the best. We'll be there Saturday. Wish you all the best of luck. Before you go, quick update. How are we on injuries this week?
No, we are injury free for this. What we have we have a couple of players. They are sick at the moment.
Okay.
So hopefully they'll be okay for next Saturday. But bar that, and obviously with the long-term absence of Haaland, so we are in full squad.
Fantastic. Okay, good luck at the weekend, and we'll speak soon. I'll see you before the game when
Yeah.
you're all wound up. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks,
Thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Now joined by Nicholas, the captain, of course, of SK Wanderers. Thanks for joining us for our game of the week, Nicholas. Just talking to the coach there, hard-fought fight against Oratory, but I felt, you got that important goal at the end, which was important also for the points tally down the bottom. But I thought it was quite a well-fought, and maybe it was an even, a good result for both teams at the end.
It's a pleasure being here with you.
Thank you.
Having a chat. As you said, I don't think it was one of our best games. The play was very shared during all match. Unfortunately, we conceded very early on, which gave us
Added pressure.
Added pressure, exactly. The goal came. It was through a set piece. So we took our probably it's one of our few chances we had. We took it and we managed to get a point.
Yeah, which is important, right?
Very important.
It's again, you got Kercem coming up now again, and again, I was just mentioning the coach. It's like between fifth and bottom is 3 points. So I'm going to ask you the similar question I asked him. From the player's point of view now, every single game you're playing at the moment, it's like a cup final. The pressure that you go into every game, there's no games that you play without pressure. Every game you have that pressure to get some points, right?
Exactly. We're treating every game from this last round like it's a cup game. Obviously, every team has its own characteristics, and we need to sort of prepare for that team. It's true that we have our own strategies, our own tactics, but if we take it step by step, then we can prepare for the team that's coming.
Absolutely. Do you and the boys believe, are you still confident you can come through this? Because your form has improved considerably in the second part of the season.
Exactly. Being the captain, unfortunately, when things are not going well, it's a bit hard, especially for the coach, for me as a captain. So that it's very difficult to see the boys training hard and the results not coming by. Not luckily, it's through our efforts that points are coming in now. So we're seeing the result of our efforts. So we are very hopeful that we can get through it now.
We hope you do. We want to see you up there next year.
Thank you
Listen,
very much.
I'm going to let you get back to your preparations.
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
We'll see you on Saturday. Thank you. Ciao. Good evening and welcome to the Alcafort Kercem Stadium on a very chilly night of training here. We are featuring this week, our game of the week will be Kercem against SK Wanderers, which will be played on Saturday afternoon, and we're just waiting for Elton Vella, the Kercem coach, to come and join us, and we'll have a quick preview of how he's going to tackle this game this week. Be with you shortly. Elton, thanks for joining us for our preview of the Game of the Week. We're featuring your game this week coming up on Saturday against SK Wanderers. Obviously off the back of a pretty tough time. You went out to the semi-final of the Cup. You then lost your league game, obviously against a good team, and crippling injuries on top of that. So it's a good time now to regroup and bounce back again, Elton.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we had a rough patch. We played 2 games in 4 days against Nador, both of them. I mean, the result was a bit hard on us. I mean, obviously Nador were superior. They played good football. They were attacking. Obviously, on the second game, we didn't have the full squad. We have 2 foreigners out. It was very positive to have Claudio, a 16-year-old.
Had a good game too.
Yes, he played the whole 90 minutes. So, yes, we lost both games, but at the same time, we can also focus on the positive things. I always say that it's a learning experience. The learning curve continues, and I think we learned a lot, and hopefully we will get back on Saturday.
You've always said, Elton, ever since, even going back to last year when we used to do our interviews with you, you've always said this is a long-term project. So during a long-term project, building a team, there will be some setbacks. You can't go straight in and win everything. It's going to take a little bit of time. But the results at the moment are there to be seen. I mean, you're sitting still in 3rd place,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and with good points as well. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Yes, I mean, let's be honest. Let's go prior the season. I mean, who ever thought that Kercem will be 3rd place, 1 point behind Ainsilem? No one. I can tell you. But I did believe, and I believe in this group of players because they want to play good football. They are showing good football. And before the 2 games of Nador, I mean, we won against Sannat, we won 6, and we won against Shawkia. So many positive things, which I always say this to them, that I am very proud of them, but at the same time, every game is a learning experience for us, and that's the most important thing.
So is the next one. I mean, you're going to go now from playing the top club over 2 games to play the bottom club, yet it's another challenge because it's a totally different game.
Exactly. I fully agree. I mean, every game it's like we're playing against the top club.
Yeah.
So we're playing against each team, against the top club of the first division. That is the mentality that we want to go there. I mean, we cannot take it easy. We cannot go there nice and easy, but we have to be aggressive. We have to be very, very compact. We have to be very disciplined. We have to do what we're doing in training. We're preparing very well during training. So yes, I mean, I'm sure that it's going to be a good match.
And they're fighting, of course. I mean, the way the actual the top of the division doesn't matter anymore. All the action at the moment is down the bottom. It's changing week by week, and SK are fighting.
Yeah. And this is very dangerous on our side, because of course they are very eager. They are hungry for the 3 points. Definitely, they need the points, full points at all costs. At the same time, we are in a very comfy position in third place, 1 point behind Ainsilem. But this is the message which we need to give, me and Frankie. We cannot take it easy. This is a very important match for us.
Absolutely. Let's question, Coach. The two managers actually coming up against each other this week. Yourself and Brian, you're the only two that actually have stayed at the club this season. Everybody else this season has changed manager.
Really?
It's quite a comfort zone. It's nice to be supported. I know Brian's lifelong. He's always been with SK, and you're building here. But it's nice. I mean, you're only two managers that's kept the job this season. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, Brian is a clubman. I mean, he's been working with SK, and everyone should be grateful for his work which he's doing at SK. I mean, I'm from here as well. This is my club. This is the club which I love most, and which I will give everything for this club. Definitely, when you are in a coaching position, definitely things can change in a split of a second.
Absolutely.
I will definitely promise that I will give my best and to the rest of the days which I'm here, which I hope that they will be long
time.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
before we go to the injuries, just the last point on that one. It's a coach needs time. You know, if you're brought into a club and they say we're going to build over this and this and this amount of time, they have to allow a manager that time. You chop, you change, you're in, you're out, and who's to say the next person comes in, he wants to do something different. You lose stability then, don't you, Elton?
Exactly,
So
yes.
it is good to hold on to a manager.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, I mean, I feel lucky that I feel supported by the president, by the committee, by the group of players. I mean, the feeling here is like a big family, one big family, and that is what counts in football most: the dressing room, the spirit in the dressing room, and the relationship which you have with the players, with the committee, with the president. So I mean, if we focus on the relationships, that's more than enough.
You're on the way there. I always feel it as well whenever I come here. You feel that family atmosphere. Injuries, coach, ahead of the game. How are we doing? You suffered last week. Are you
Yeah, we
getting some
suffered
back?
last week. The foreigners are back. Both Seba and Oli now are back because their suspension is over now. Yeah, I think we're in good shape.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you at the weekend. As always, good luck with your training.
Thank you,
thanks
John.
for joining
And
us,
thank you
Elton.
for your team for this great service, which I always
You always
very,
thank
very
us.
pleased. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
a
so
lot.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elton,
Thank
again. Joined now by the club captain, standing captain. Andrew, thanks for joining us for the game of the week. Just mentioning now to the coach there just before, you come off the back of a couple of tough results. You went out to the semi-final of the Cup, which I always say is I'd rather go out in the quarter-final than the semi-final. That's the heartbreak, because you're so close.
Yes,
You then followed that up, of course. You came up against a few days later, a very, very good team, very informed team. Chance to bounce back now again. We're back to normality. You got SK coming up. A different challenge, but
Yes, as you said correctly, last two couple of games were very difficult. We were against the top team in Gozo. They are still unbeaten in Gozo this year. They are playing a very good football, but I think our performance wasn't that bad to regards to the result. And the second performance, even the team was a little bit short. It was suspensions and injuries, but these things happen. And as you said, our next game is a challenge. It's a different kind of challenge to test our character to bounce back from those two couple games.
You are a very family club here, and you're very tight. Whenever I see the players together, there's always laughter. You know, you're a very tight unit here. Is it easy to come back from them type? Do you rebuild with each other very quickly before the next game?
Yes, as you said, we are very close. We are very close, and it's our main strength. I see it as our main strength. As you can see, we're always together. We don't be negative together. We are very young team. We like sometimes it's our disadvantages that we like experience due to our young lads. Well, but it's a learning curve, you know, and we build on it. And I think the fact that we are close to each other, it's make it easier to fight as a team.
Yeah,
To come back from these situations, but it's always hard to come back from these situations. But we'll manage. I'm sure we'll manage.
It's normally as fast as you can. It's normally just get another win and then move on, isn't it? Once you've got another win, you settle down again, you know.
Yes,
but
exactly.
at the end of the day, though, Andrew, again, I mentioned to the coach now, you've come a long way this season. You're comfortable in third at the moment. It's a big dogfight down there at the moment, and you've avoided that this season. So it's still great progress for Kercem
yes,
this year.
it's still a great season for us. The last two games doesn't mean that we destroyed our progress. We did, as you said, you've been following us from last year. It's from last year to this year we've been building, and for us, for our club, it's a good season. It's for when you see the lads with, for example, Nathaniel. Last game we had Claudio at 15, 16,
and he had a good game,
playing a good game. So I think it's as you said, we are strong. We have a strong bond, and it makes it easier. But I'm sure, I'm confident that we'll get out of this situation in a positive way, because even from those two results we see the positive things that we had and we built from there.
Fantastic. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll be there, of course, Saturday. Thank you again, and good luck at the weekend.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for joining us, Andrew. Thank you.